So we got some NHL. We have a Stanley Cup Final coming up. We got the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are returning to the Cup Final.
Yep.
And we have the absolute shocker, the Montreal Canadiens, going into the playoffs at 500-1 to win the whole thing. And they have just been riding the wave, and they are in the final. What do you think of this, Keegan?
I think the Canadiens, you always think of them, they're an original six team. You always think of them as being as a top contender, but they really haven't been. They really haven't. I mean, their last Stanley Cup was 1992 to 1993 season. So it's been a while. But I am happy to see Carey Price finally getting that recognition. People are saying he, MVP of the playoffs, Carey Price, goalie for the Canadiens. He was drafted in 2005, made his debut in 2007. He's been doing this a long time, and finally he's getting that work, that recognition.
I was watching the end of Game 6 with my dad, and he was shocked to hear that they haven't been there since '93. He's like, "Oh my God, it's been that long?" And I said, "Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, especially when now they didn't have to beat a team like the Avalanche, but the Knights took care of them, which I was a little bummed out about. But I mean, the fun fact was the team that's won the President's Trophy, which did go to the Avs by a tiebreaker with the Golden Knights. They have lost in the second round after going up 2-0 and then losing the next 4 games. I thought that was just mind-blowing. Past 3 seasons, the team that's won the President's Trophy has lost 4 games in a row to lose a series in the second round.
And Dorsey, what's the President's Trophy? Remind everybody.
President's Trophy is when you have the best record in the NHL. That is awarded to the team with the best record in the NHL. The Avalanche and the Golden Knights had the same record. I think the Knights had the better head-to-head, but that's not what they go by. They go by, I think it's just straight out wins, just total wins, right?
I think points, right?
Well, points. They were tied on points, so it went by. I think it went in wins in regulation.
Okay.
I think that's what they go by after that. So I think the Avs won more games outright, and but.
Well, it just shows you, regular season and playoffs, 2 totally different seasons. The Milwaukee Bucks of the NBA are very famous for having the best record in the regular season, and then they don't get it done in the playoffs. Kike Hernandez today on WEI following the Red Sox game, I loved what he said because they were interviewing him, asking him about the game. Like, they were like, how does this feel? And he goes, I mean, it would have been great if this was in September or October. And he goes, but every game matters in the regular season. So this feels great. And I love that mentality.
Yeah, and then again, you look at hockey; it's kind of different. It's if you're riding momentum, and the Avalanche will go up 2-0 on the Knights, and then the Knights get that win, and convincingly, and then the Avs are up 2-0 at home, and Vegas has 2 goals in like 5 minutes, and then they go to overtime. Vegas wins, and then it's tied up, and then you're just going downhill if you're the Avs. McKinnon was talking about it, the greatest player ever. He was talking about it and said, he goes, "Oh, we're just really bummed out because we don't know what else to do. You win every game. A couple years ago, they were kind of underdogs, and they were kind of riding the wave, kind of like the Canadiens were, and it's kind of different. It's that's how the sport works."
Yeah, and it's those hockey arenas. Hockey fans are insane. Like, hockey fans, I love going to Fenway. I love baseball fans. I think they're great. Basketball fans are great. I would say that outside of international soccer / football, if you want to do that, outside of international soccer fans, hockey fans in America have to be the most passionate sports fans as a group that there is, because it's the same ice everywhere you go. It's not baseball where every field is different. It's the same ice, same dimensions, but they are just wind tunnels. And they have banners, they have flags, they have towels. Everybody's got a jersey on. everybody is ready to throw their hat if somebody gets a hat trick. Like, people are walking in there to have a great time and to make some noise. So I think, especially in Canada,
Especially when these games you get 2, 3 overtimes. Pretty
oh,
sure every fan is still sitting there because I
the,
mean any time it's crazy.
the Islanders in their game 6 win in overtime, the announcer was trying to call it, and they have a great announcer, and he just goes, "He scored! What the goal!" And his voice gets super high. He was getting drowned out by the fans because not only was that the last game played in Nassau Coliseum because the Islanders are moving, it was just the nature of the sport. Hockey fans love hockey, and it's really awesome. It's going to be great to see the battle between the Lightning offense and Montreal defense and Carey Price, the goalie.
Yeah, Montreal's been doing a great job. Sorry to cut you off there. They've been doing a great job keeping the puck out of the zone. I mean, I was watching that game 6. It's Vegas was pushing, and it's just right out of the zone. It's all they had to do was keep the puck out of the zone. That's what they did. I mean, they had a 1-goal advantage. Then they pulled. I think. It wasn't Fleury. It was the other guy that Vegas has. I'm trying to think of his name. I absolutely know what his name is.
Hold on. Getting it. Lehner, Thompson,
No,
Patera.
no, their backup goalie.
Yeah, I just read you the goaltender.
Vegas.
Logan Thompson, Robin Lehner, and
Robin Lehner, yeah.
Yeah.
Lehner, because you said Lehner.
Oh, Leonard.
Robin Lehner, yes. They pulled Robin Lehner, and they had that the empty net goal to seal it. But like you said, Tampa Bay offense versus that defense.
Yeah, and you mentioned Nate McKinnon before. Nate McKinnon's obviously a great offensive guy. He had the second most goals in this 2021 playoffs so far, surrounded by Tampa Bay Lightning players. The top 5 point scorers, so that's goals and assists, in this 2021 playoffs, the top 5 are all Tampa Bay Lightning skaters. It's Kucherov, Point, Killorn, Stamkos, and Hedman. All 5 on the Lightning. And they play defense as well because we're talking about Carey Price and how great he is. Vasilevsky on the Lightning is second in average goals allowed. He is number 1 in save percentage, and he's number 1 in shutouts with 4. So,
yeah,
but
that's
on
good
the
stuff
other
from them. Talking about, you said hockey fans are like incredible.
Yeah.
Now, let me get this straight. For those of you watching who know who I am not the biggest hockey fan. I just recently started watching hockey about, 4 or 5 years ago. So a lot of people think I'm a fake hockey fan, and I jumped on the Avalanche bandwagon. I did not. I picked the Avalanche just like I picked the Hawks. I picked it out of a hat. So thank you very much. I like the Avalanche. I like Nathan McKinnon. So here we are.
Did you actually pick it out of a hat?
It was random number generator kind of, but I did start watching a little bit about hockey. I'm like, let me start getting into it. And then I saw this guy McKinnon, and I'm like, kind of like him. And I'm like, he plays on the Avalanche. I'm like, this is destiny.
I get it. People always ask me how I ended up being a New York Rangers fan, even though the Bruins are so big in Boston, because I love Boston. Love it. That's like my second home. I took an online quiz that told me the Rangers. So
there you go.
Just how I root for Chelsea FC in the English Premier League soccer online quiz. Also, Chelsea, most players in the knockout round of the Euro 2020 than any team in the world. Just want to put that out there. But anyway, back to hockey. So Vasilevsky, obviously high up in the goalie statistics. Carey Price is right there with him. So Vasilevsky and Price, 2 and 3 in average goals allowed, 1 and 2 in save percentage, and 1 and 3 in shutouts. Their average goals allowed, Vasilevsky has 1.99, Price has 2.02. So a 0.03 difference. In save percentage, they're separated by 0.002. Vasilevsky with 0.936, Price with 0.934. And then shutouts a little different. Vasilevsky has 4 to Price's 1. But, I mean.
You know what that tells me? That
Wow.
tells me it's going to be a great series.
Great series. And have you seen this J.J. Watt stuff?
I haven't.
With the Canadiens player?
I have not.
So Canadiens rookie phenom Cole Caulfield went to the University of Wisconsin, which is the alma mater of one J.J. Watt, who is a defensive lineman for the Arizona Cardinals now. And Cole Caulfield leads all rookies with points, goals, and assists in this playoff. And he credits almost all of it to J.J. Watt and his fandom. J.J. Watt posts pictures of him in a Caulfield sweater all the time. And it's hilarious because Caulfield's more of an undersized guy and J.J. Watt is a superhuman. So
that was some good stuff. Stanley Cup Final coming up. Game 1 is tomorrow. As recording this, so it'll be Monday night at 8 p.m.